Alright guys, Yeat has no Twizzies left because he's been getting dissed left and right and straight and backwards by everyone and anyone that used to be friends with him. Most recently by his producer Tragic, who claimed he switched up on him, but also by Can, who he's been getting tons of strays from. But other than that, his old manager Nextel, who he apparently abandoned, September's Rich, who he apparently was just using as a prop to appeal to a certain demographic. And besides from that, he kind of just ditched other people like Wyland, Goonie, etc. So I'm gonna explain why everyone thinks Yeat is super fake and what's been happening recently, alright? So first of all, let's start off with his old producer Tragic. So apparently Yeat's past go-to producer Tragic spoke recently, or not apparently, he spoke recently on Twitter why him and Yeat don't collab anymore. If you don't know, Yeat and Tragic have, like, all of Yeat's early hits, or not all of them, but many of them were produced by Tragic. Sorry about that, mad about that. Like a ton of songs, especially his breakout single. So someone asked him in the Yeat community on Twitter, @Tragic made that, Tragic, please bro, come back. He said, y'all need to stop harassing me like I just stopped responding to people. Need you back in the game, man, you tripping. You're right, I should beg bro to not switch up on me, huh? Immediately everyone was just like, so Yeat really is the bad guy, SMH. Noticing a pattern. This dude is literally Cardi 2.0, uses and uses. Leaves you out to dry, no social media, no interviews. He made better music with Tragic. I love Tragic, but I hate how he makes it as if he switched up on him and others because he's got bigger and bigger, as if his new album isn't going to be 90% produced by Synthetic, who's been, okay. So yeah, he has other producers. He's saying, I believe he was just fed up with everything. I think, so because if you go on, can you guys hear those sirens? All right. If you go on Instagram, right, and you look up Yeat, he still follows Tragic, and he only follows 137 people. So I think they're still cool. I'm pretty sure this was taken out of context, and apparently afterwards on Instagram Live, or on his Twitch stream, Tragic said they're still cool. So it was actually completely taken out of context. They're still cool. However, Can still swooped in and took this as a moment to diss Yeat. By the way, he was saying some other stuff too, by the way. He basically said Yeat is still a top 3 dumb. Can has also been dissing Yeat recently. I'm not going to pull up the tweets because I'm too lazy to Google them, but actually sure, let's do it. Here, I'll say what he said because I said it in a different video. So he said, people start making that EDM and lost his fans. Now he's trying to be buddy again, SMH. When will y'all realize that formula will never work? Use black, then make white music, then go back to blacks when people aren't messing with it. It only worked for Post Malone, that's it. And I'm going to talk about that Post Malone stuff later and kind of relate it to Yeat. But as you can see, Can is not messing with Yeat at all. He thinks Yeat is fake. He thinks Yeat just switched up on him now that he needs him. He's, I don't really think Yeat needs him, to be honest. I think it's a bit of an ego thing, but he does feel like he switched up on him. Can was one of the people that really put on for Yeat. But before we go through whether or not Yeat used all these people, because I don't know if you noticed, there's this common theme. September's Rich's manager, I'll talk about it later. September's Rich's manager talked about it. September's Rich talked about it. Now Can has talked about it. They're talking about like Yeat. They're making like a race thing. They're saying, yo, bro, you only used us to appeal to like black people. That's what he's saying. Or he's saying that, you get what I'm saying? And Yeat's former manager, Nextel, also said this. So I'm not going to bring up the screenshots because it's just way too much, and it's from a while ago. But basically, their DMs and stuff and all this where Yeat's old manager, Nextel, who found him in like 2018, by the way, before he even really made good music, if I'm being honest. He started making good music in like 2019. Said that Yeat switched up on him or abandoned him. He also talked about how September's Rich was just a prop for Yeat. Like Yeat would just use him. We all know the cheerleader, this and that. And I made a video on him, and everyone knew he had his problems. And honestly, it seemed like he kind of had it coming. I'm not gonna lie, but seemed like they thought that he was just using September's Rich as a prop to, appeal to a certain audience, as I said. Then you can also look at Wyland. If you don't know this, Wyland gave Yeat his first preset. Sorry, Wyland gave Yeat his preset, which he never did for anybody, which made Yeat want to actually record at his own house or apartment or whatever, instead of only being able to go to the studio. And, obviously that helped him get better. But Wyland also gave him like some of his only features. Like Wyland did not do features ever. So he really put on for him. It doesn't seem like they're doing it like that. Even Summers, who they're actually cool with, and I think they've like reposted each other's Instagram stories and stuff. Not that means they're like best friends or anything. He didn't really do anything for him either, and Summers gave him features as well. But at the same time, did they do is it Ode? I don't know. But, all of those names that I said are pretty much everyone. I guess Isaiah TG and Yeat also have a couple songs. But I mean, like, pretty much everyone is saying, yo, this guy is not a real dude. This guy's just fake. You know what I mean? What's very ironic too about the Tragic thing is in I know he didn't actually switch up on him, but it would be ironic because in his Our Generation music video interview from like 2021, Yeat specifically talks about like how most rappers, when they get bigger, they just ditch their OG producers and then they just stick to these new producers. And he's being that's what they're alleging against him. I think that Yeat's sound just outgrew Tragic really fast, and even Synthetic, but not totally. I feel like rapping wise, they're still good, but Benny X is just very talented. He just, they made hits together. So I believe the first song him and Benny X made too, Benny X just sent him the beat. He made it on Instagram Live and he dropped it like the next day. It was crazy. But there's this tweet on Post Malone, right? It says, "You used hip hop as a stepping stone and then went the country route. I understand if that's where you wanted to go all along, but then don't trash the hip hop and process. I get that you were young when you said that, but collaborating with Morgan Wallen, blah, blah, blah." Morgan Wallen is like this country artist. Did Post Malone diss rap? I don't know. But anyways, I don't really think Yeat went away from rap. You know what I mean? I feel like Yeat has a lot of like non-rap fans though, if that makes sense. I also don't really know much about Yeat's global presence. But anyways, before I actually talk about that, I did want to say one thing. I feel like a lot of people are saying, yo, Yeat switched up. I feel like people don't understand that like Can, Summers, all these like rappers and people I just mentioned, they're still like small, really, really, really small. Most of them will never touch the mainstream. And Yeat, not only has he touched that mainstream crowd, but he's actually a household name. Like just as many people know about Lil Durk as they do Yeat. Yeat is bigger than artists like Don Toliver. Yeat is, he has a song with Drake. You know what I mean? He has 2 songs with Drake. So I don't really get, you gotta understand that he doesn't have to collab with them, and I don't really think he owes them anything either, because when he first started coming up, he was doing songs with Can. And September's Rich, he gave September's Rich his entire career. And his old manager, Nextel, like at the end of the day, it's his decision whether he wants to keep being managed by someone like that or he wants to, level up and get managed by someone with all the connections in the world. I'm not gonna say it's right, or no one really knows what happened behind the scenes either, by the way. So I'm not saying that, I'm just saying it's not totally that way. But I'm not gonna lie, it is a bad look if everyone's like, yo, you switched up, bro, you switched up. And other people who don't even say it does kind of look like that as well, So anyways, let me know what you think. This is kind of just like a narrative that's been forming, so I thought I'd make the video. Like this recent stuff that happened, I just disproved it to you, right? But like he didn't really switch up on Tragic, but I just feel like I wanted to know it. I just wanted to know what you guys thought and what the consensus was, right? 'Cause I don't really think he's tripping like that, you know what I mean? I think Yeat is fine, like he didn't grow up with these people, or you know what I mean? Like they didn't have a whole group together, or it's just how things kind of go too, I think it's mostly jealousy, by the way. Sorry, I gave my thoughts all over the place in this video, but I really do think it's mostly jealousy. I don't really think that. I think they were like happy for him. I don't know, maybe they expected something. Like I think he's done enough, you know what I mean? But maybe not for people like Wyland though, or something, you know what I mean? But still up to him. Am I tripping? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye. See you tomorrow? Yeah, I'll drop a video.